to
rotate, Colin.
Oh, no, it is live. Okay, so we're doing this very much early in the morning, and we have no idea what we're doing with the phone, and for some reason we're doing this live, but it's a really good opportunity to ask questions. So before we begin, for anyone that's new to the forum, I'm Alessandra. This is, you probably know Trina by now, director and owner of Azurite, and then Savannah. You get lots of emails from us usually, and comments. But yeah, if you don't know, if you haven't scrolled through the forum, you'll probably notice on a couple days ago, actually, Trina wanted to channel and kind of go into a live video so we could kind of go through off the cuff, empowering topics, really. So we haven't rehearsed this at all, so feel free to kind of comment below, ask questions as we go along, and then we'll just see what really comes out of our mouths, especially after like not enough caffeine. But yeah, I guess there were a few though, so we'll start with those ones. Let me just go find it first. I'm really good at this.
Can you scroll and see if you can see me, or am I dark under live?
We should be live right now.
Cool. Yeah, we're live.
We're live, yeah. We're live.
See one person.
We're definitely live. Let's stop. Okay, so I have my laptop here. I will be able to view the comments as we go and try not to get confused by seeing my face twice. Yeah. But here we go. So the topics that we'll start with were...
The first one here is how to find out what your soul wants to do on this earth. And that was by Andrea Hart.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to start that one off.
All right.
Okay.
Maybe should I go into
She's
the
actually
middle?
holding the Azurite stone.
I have Azurite stone while I'm speaking to you. Hi, everybody. And I have some beautiful crystals here, which I do surround myself with all day long. Azurite. So anyway, your soul, as we keep talking about on this forum, I'm trying to get you to realize the soul is different than this body. This body is just to take us through this lifetime, every lifetime. I'm going to show you, like baby Savannah, I still call her my baby. This is a cup. Think of this cup like your body. And inside is liquid. That liquid we could put anywhere else. We can put another cup, we can pour it up there, we can do this, we do that. You have to stop thinking you're one and the same. When you die, you actually lose a half a pound, and it's scientifically proven. Doctors don't know what it means. There's no secretions coming out. Immediately, you lose that. So you got to think about it. This soul is that energy, and that's what you feel when you're talking to someone. Now you're asking me, what is your soul request? You all know. It doesn't matter. See, what happens is when we're first born, like my dad when we were in Norway, what did he have on all the time when he was from 5 to an adult?
Oh yeah, this is actually a good...
It's a good understanding.
We were looking at old photos from our great aunt, your cousin. It was all confusing at this point, but they're showing old photos of our grandfather.
My daddy.
Yeah, her daddy. Not my daddy, her daddy. And he, from the age of around 5, he actually had a captain's hat on the entire time.
Oh, he did.
And there was no one in our family ever was a sea captain. You know, Norwegians, there were whalers and so forth. And from a little boy, he always wanted to be a sea captain. My father became one of the most famous sea captains worldwide, and he carried unlimited tonnage and length in almost any country. So in that, as a little boy, he knew it, and he never had parents say, no, don't do it. So many of us become what our family parents taught us. So many of us,
friends,
society, demographics, what's right, what's wrong. You know when it's wrong when it doesn't feel good. You know when it feels good. It could be anything from helping people. And you got to be careful of helping people too, because it can drain you, so you got to just put boundaries up. But helping people, if it makes your soul dance, when you do something, if it's anything from drawing a picture, mathematicians love doing equations. That's their soul path. We need teachers, we need nurses, we need scientists, we need... Healers aren't just people that see things or can make your energy stronger or see the other side. Healers are people that lift the vibration of the earth. So if it's a doctor and you want to be a doctor, you become a doctor. Not what your parents say. It's what makes your soul dance, and you know it. You can feel it when it's right. And if you keep hitting a wall,
And I was going to say as well, Trina knows when she's not on the right path, because we experience it as well, even through work. She'll wake up one day and she'll just feel sluggish. She's not herself. She's quick. She's irritated. They're quick
Like
to
really,
get
like
agitated.
Yeah.
And that night you'll usually go into meditation and she'll relax. She'll be like, "No one speak to me. Everyone shut up. Everyone shut up. I'm going to my room. I don't want to make any phone calls." Because Ali and I usually call her nonstop,
like incessantly.
And all of you.
Yeah.
And everybody.
So she's always switched on, and sometimes you do need to go back into your own space where you feel comfortable, whether that's your room, like Mom does, or at the beach or at the park. You need to really take that time to switch off and really connect and feel, like you said, feel.
It's your responsibility to quiet yourself, to eat properly. It's your responsibility to know what you want to do. When you keep hearing me say I'm not anti-government. Well, yeah, I am sort of.
Well, that's not good.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's keep this lighthearted.
Hold on. People don't need rules when they're coming from their souls. Souls are very perfect. They come from divine. They're attached through your crown chakra, and you don't want to ever do bad. You don't try to manipulate. You don't try to attack. You never get jealous. You don't.
Because a lot of that's coming from scarcity.
It's coming from fear when you get older.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but ask the girls. Ever since I've been going through age, every decade, before I had the surgery come, it didn't matter. I walk in a room and I've never felt the need to compare myself with another woman, and nor will I ever.
And do you think that's because you're walking your own path and you're staying true to what you've always believed in? I think when we start, like we said before, start listening to the advice from other people, even though we know it feels wrong, then that's when we start to act out of that's when we start to get insecure.
That's when you get insecure, when you start listening to your friends.
When you start doubting yourself and listening to other people, that's when you start acting a different way.
Family.
Their fears become your reality. So a lot of women will tell you, like, if you want to leave your husband.
Hi, Nat.
Hi, Nat. Your friends that haven't been successful in a relationship give you advice on relationships. Oh, you shouldn't leave. You have a good man, or you shouldn't do this, or people that haven't been successful in something should never give you advice. That's the first step.
Because they're projecting on what
Their
has
fears.
happened to them.
That's right.
So I would never take anyone's advice personally, because really they're just projecting what has personally happened to them.
That's right. Their fears
they don't
become
care
your
about
reality.
your circumstances or your story. They're just projecting what has happened to them.
Yeah,
subconsciously.
Yeah,
Sometimes
subconsciously,
they think
not
they're doing
on
the right
purpose,
thing, but again, they're tainted by everything that's happened in
And
their
in
life.
society.
And that's just basic psychology as well. You can only give what you see and have felt. So, I mean, yeah.
That's a very good point. Go on that and more. You have no way of giving advice unless you've experienced it. Now, let's talk about genetic karma.
Wait, can I, before we do into that, the question was mostly how do you? So what are your suggestions on...
You need to quiet yourself.
Yeah.
Like you said, you need to be eating right, you need to be juicing, you need to be walking. I don't care if you're...
As well.
You need to be bored.
Yeah.
Music.
I listen to music. Anytime I'm not with anyone, I have music in. Grocery shopping, transport, whatever it is, walking my dog, I make sure that I'm listening to music
because your soul is vibration and it responds. It goes, and if it's good music, not bad music, not mean music.
We can start putting up playlists of what we actually listen to.
Comment below if you guys are still watching now. Comment if you think
it feels good, your soul's happy. If it makes a negative thought in your head, it's not happy. This is a good point. Let's say you're in a group of friends and someone says something to you. And you walk off and it keeps spinning in your head. Did that woman just say something mean to me? Did that woman try? A lot of people play with words. They say something to make, it's manipulation. They're wanting you to react a certain way. And let's put it this way. If anybody ever makes you feel uncomfortable and you feel worse than when you first came in their connection, they're not healthy for you.
Yeah.
Not at all. And that could be even your own mother. Could be a sister, could be a brother, could be your best friend.
Could be any type of relationship.
It could be...
And whether they know they're doing it or not,
that's right.
You
not
should
the
feel
point. It doesn't matter
like
whether
you're thriving.
You think,
after
well, it's not their fault. They were brought up like this, and they were in this community, and they went to, I don't know, an all-boys school or something, and they learned from their dad to not treat women right. Doesn't matter. Do not justify their actions by that. You just, like we said, you don't invest time. You send them to love and you educate them as best you can in life.
And then walk away.
Yeah,
And
never
set
try and
boundaries.
change. Set boundaries for what you deserve. And you think, well, yeah, sorry, you're not making me feel that great after spending time with you. Well, then don't spend time with them. It is hard, of course, like you said, if it's your mother, it's hard to set those boundaries because they're family and it's your values, and then it all gets complicated.
Life is complicated, but the higher you vibrate, the more you see the games and manipulation of people. Your parents, as much as they love you or may not love you, or whatever, you chose them before you came here, but let's go further than that. If they haven't made the right decisions, your mother hasn't made the right decision, she didn't raise you the right way, she didn't teach you proper nutrition, her fears are limiting you. A lot of mothers or fathers' fears limit you. Mm-hmm. Their judgments limit you because you start repeating the same cycle because that's all you know. I have taught my children since a very young age, never, ever depend on a country, well, first city, state, country to identify with.
Yeah, a mate as well.
Mate, your money, your looks. I used to tell them, I do say crazy things, but when they were little kids, I'd be in the SUV driving all the 4 kids. And by the way, if we got in an accident, your mother's face was ripped off today, you still love me just as much, even if I was horrifying, right? Because that's not who I am. We're just lucky we had a few extra. I taught them from a very young age. I never let them be fearful when they went to sleep. I said, oh, if you wake up with a bad dream, that's just your id taking over. Go talk to your angels. Ask them to help you go night-night. And it would. They're never fearful. Allie, Allie, actually, goodbye, Mom. When do we move to Italy? Oh, Kenny, we're
Wait, before we
anyway, I want to keep this on track because there's many questions we want to answer.
Yeah.
So the main thing is
you will know when you're vibrating
your soul happy. So listen to music, the right type of music. Don't listen
so underrated.
to music that makes you happy. Don't listen because sometimes when you're in a
Take a walk
breakup,
on the
you'll
beach.
listen to sad music. If that helps you release emotions, good. But I mean, in general, happy music that uplifts you. Go exercising, getting everything moving.
No scary movies. Don't hang out with friends that are bad mouthing other people. That's bad. Don't do that. We don't watch scary movies. I like stupid movies. I like happy movies. I like romantic movies where I can just laugh and be an idiot. Exercising. I even the kids. If you guys are all driving me nuts, the kids go, Mom, go work out. You go get out of the house. Mom, go talk to God on the beach. And that's what I do. Because I can get caught up with it.
It's easy. It's so easy to do, especially when
don't use an excuse.
Yeah.
It's your job to make yourself happy. Now, how do you find that so bad? It's very simple. Once you raise your vibration, you're eating right, you're exercising, you're a direct source to you know. Listen to yourself.
You feel content and happy within yourself that everything else is just white noise, and it becomes actually very easy to just block people out that shouldn't be there.
Another useful
it honestly is.
If you're not at that high vibration just yet, another useful tip for the logical minds out there, just like really, a lot of us like to make these very Kardashian-esque like vision boards and think that we need all these material items.
Are we crooked on that live?
No, we're good.
Oh yeah, we are upside down, but it's okay.
No, it's fine.
Make everyone work harder for this.
I'm probably tuning in next right now.
Where's Camera Boy? Camera Boy, my son who works for us in IT, Colin. He didn't do hard to Gary. Anyway, so did we answer that?
Yeah, there was one last thing. If you're not one thing for the logical minds out there, instead of like putting on a vision board, like I want the big house, I want all this like bullshit items, really work out 10 different values. A lot of us follow like Instagram pages, we follow other people's lives, and we're like, yeah, that's gonna make me happy if I achieve that. But it's like, what are those specific values to you? It could be like, I don't know, intuition, success, and orientation. Something that just aligns with you, and only do things based on those activities. And anything outside of that, just don't do it.
Yeah.
So it comes down to the boundaries. And if you're eating right, feeling good, hanging around the right people, it just finally comes together. And
everything flows. Yeah. It flows, and you'll learn.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
as you elevate yourself vibrationally, you will learn to cut yourself off from people that are holding you back. If a person, sometimes you'll mirror. If someone's treating you.
We can't fix that.
Sometimes people can make you feel crummy, but that's just your sometimes it's your negative traits that are being exposed.
Yeah.
Like if someone walks in the room, you go, oh, I don't even know why I hate her. Yeah, because maybe her reminds you of you. But the more you elevate
there's some kind of
yourself,
trigger there.
the more you don't have triggers anymore. Once you lose your triggers, oh my God, it's such a beautiful feeling. You don't need people even. I love my babies so
She
much.
barely leaves the house.
I don't. I put
beach, working out.
Yeah,
Okay, let's go to the second
I-
question.
yeah,
We're
okay,
not
before we
going
get
into recluse.
Too distracted. There was another one that Katie Bright listed, and it was the art of forgiveness and how to forgive.
Ooh.
I like this one.
I'm
Yeah,
also
that's a good
speaking
one.
to her.
Yeah.
That should.
Not forgiving
So
someone.
she says, I'm guessing it ties to the core of one's acceptance and then let go and forgive.
I think I actually have been looking into a lot of this. We always hold on to pain within us, so you do need to forgive because it's going to be stuck in your body physically if you do not forgive.
That's right.
It takes so much more energy to hate someone. But the thing is, people think forgiveness is like always this two-way thing. Like you have to like openly speak to them and be like, I forgive you. It doesn't have to be like that. It's just accepting what happened and knowing that you learned something from that and just walking away. You don't need to make it like, oh, we're going to hang out and be civil.
Yeah,
Just
exactly. Forgiveness is not to be confused with fixing it and trying again. Sometimes it means I forgive, for everything that happened, and now it's time for me to move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like an acid inside of you, your vessel. Remember that glass? That acid's going to erode you, and it will literally manifest illness. So what that person's done to you, not only did they hurt you, they made you destroy your own life. So you have to release the attachment because they don't care about you. It's hurting you.
I'd be interested to know as well. I mean, forgiveness is very broad. I mean, was it forgiveness with yourself, something that you did?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's right. So you have may have done
I mean, if
things.
anyone could comment, maybe if anyone's still watching, what.
But this is very important, and this is when I'm going to get tough on you as viewers. People rewrite history to make it look like they did nothing wrong. It's very important every time something's gone wrong to remove yourself and look from way up, almost like you're God looking down and say, okay, maybe I did do something wrong. Maybe I did react a little wrong and I manipulated them. Maybe I played the victim. Playing a victim is just as bad as doing the pain to someone because victim sucks someone dry too, and it's manipulation.
Yeah.
You cannot play the victim. I'm all about empowering left and right, and you say, oh, what, that means you've got to keep your health right. You've got to exercise. You have to meditate. All your knowledge should only be coming from up there. All of it, not even through me. I don't want you to follow me. I'm just trying to help you elevate to open up so you can. But eventually, I want you also empowered. You know right from wrong. And Katie asked me, and I did go further, and it's further for her. Hers is genetic karma, and that's so dangerous. You become whatever negative traits your parents have. You can actually absorb them into this life. Or the other things, their fears, like your mother was too scared to become successful. Your dad was judgmental, asshole. Yeah. These are things you have to learn. That's their stuff. It's not your stuff. You need to stop it because it will go into your children.
Do you have an example of genetic karma for you personally that you want to share?
My mother, I was very close with my mother. Extraordinary woman, one of a kind, a pioneer in the holistic healing, nutrition. But her background, European, Italian, not saying Italian's wrong, that's where we got our looks from. They liked turning up a storm there. She came from 9 kids, and my grandmother's actually from Romania. So I got a father from Norway, so we got all this genetic pool going on. Every weekend, crazies. My nanny came over on the, her name's on the Statue of Liberty. So that's really cool. 4'10", crazy Romanian. We ate blood pie, all that stuff. She would put chicken's feet in. The point was, she was an extraordinary woman, died owning an expensive property, married several times. She knew how to do it. She didn't hold on to a man. She just nagged.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Men's.
But men's. Okay, so the point I'm trying to say is, however, she used to, because of her insecurity, she wasn't educated enough. She made all her kids, and one was actually a rocket scientist, real one. One's a doctor, but mom never became anything, so she felt insecure all the time, and whole life they put others down. Well, she can't do that, or she's not this, or that's what women do. They put something down.
Not women.
People.
Unevolved.
Unevolved.
Yeah.
Because of the visual part that women, that expectation of attractiveness. So mom was an extraordinarily beautiful woman, but was severely damaged, and she had so much talent, and until the end, because she just wouldn't believe how great she was. She let herself die of cancer. The first person on that side of the family, breast cancer, 87. But the point was, I even took her to our team in Bangkok, and they said, "No, Florence, you do have cancer." She goes, "No, I don't. No, I don't." And I love that attitude, but she did until it eroded everything in her, because in denial. She would never see a doctor. She wouldn't get her teeth fixed. She wouldn't. So that beautiful face then became etched with wrinkles and pain, and she could have been anything. So that deep insecurity from her and her mom and so forth took me a while to speak up and find I used to, because of the way I looked and I was strong and talented, I used to literally hide behind other people because I didn't want people, oh, she's stuck up. I was never. So I'd hide. I think I hid for 15 years. I didn't want to be successful. So one day, this isn't working. Nope, no more. So your biggest lessons that hurt the most are the things you came here to change. Yeah. So you have to, every time something really hurts, look at it, what am I learning here? And then I've taught my children.
Can I just add with that as well? For a long time, Trina, mom, would always try to fix relationships and fix people because of that genetic karma, and that's exactly why we're bringing up this topic. Sorry, I keep turning that on. Yeah, so that's exactly how it works. You become
recreating them. I wanted to make everybody
all
happy.
You know. That is all you know. It does take a lot of energy to step back and say, well, no, what do I actually want? Again, what is my purpose?
Yeah.
Listen to yourself and then say, okay, these are my boundaries. Let's move on from here.
And you still see it with my company. You know, I'm 24 hours a day working. You still see it. And then I
sometimes
give,
and then
all of a sudden I get, what are you doing? When you have someone who works so hard and so passionately. So anyways, I'm just saying, it's a trigger for me. And what I should do in the very beginning is put boundaries down. Mm-hmm. And that's what the girls are doing. And then forgive. And realize people just get used to my strength and my power, and then all of a sudden I take it away and they get mad. Yeah. So
and you forgave your mom.
And I forget. And
it took a long time.
I was a little upset with her.
Many years.
Just based on what Trina and Savannah have said, I have found even further down, we always say that's all we know, but what really happens as a child is we rely on our primary caregivers to help us survive in this world. So we develop these set of values and principles and a way of looking at the world that does not change our whole life unless we actively take a step back, like they said, and just like, okay, that, because it's just your perception, that's all it is. So based on your primary caregiver, so that from childhood.
And if you had a messed up mom or a messed up dad, or you grew up in poverty, you grew up in abuse, I'd say 60% of people have been molested. Being a healer, I know these facts. Mm-hmm. They hide it, they've been abused, they haven't been taught. They hold on to that pain their whole life, and they don't know how to react, and then they don't know how to speak up.
Yeah.
I can't change y'all in one day, but for goodness sakes, we can change a lot. It's that person that's hurt you, or that situation that's hurt you, they can't hold on to you anymore. It's going to destroy your life. Our souls come here to feel and to taste and to touch and to smell, and how wonderful it is to just express yourself. So holding on to that pain, it's only doing one thing. It's destroying your future. You cannot create abundance with low vibrations. Never. Never. You're never going to have a successful career. Yeah, you hear people, bad people, they got karma's going to get it. No, they will manifest illness. They may get cancer. They may have been good in that one area, but they're going to, it's things don't go right for people that do bad things.
Exactly like when you have a bad day and it just keeps getting worse because you're like, what else could go wrong right now?
And
exactly
that.
It'll just keep getting worse because you're letting.
And then you go to a clerk at the grocery store and you're snippety, and she's snippety back, and then she forgets your food, and then you're getting overbilled, and then, oh well, she was no good.
Yeah.
No, you brought that energy to her. Most people aren't assholes in the beginning. They only turn into assholes when they get weak. If you smile,
You know what's actually interesting is so true. I know what she's going to say next. If you smile, you're going to get a smile back. And the reason for this, again, from like a science perspective.
I love the science.
We have these mirror, so we're combining the two. We have these mirror neurons in our brain. So that's why as humans we're able to feel the other person. We literally mimic what they're doing. Yeah, so when Trina says, if you smile, you get a smile back. If you're mean to the clerk at Woolworths or whatever, they're going to be mean back to you because their body is physically responding to how you are treating them. And back to what they were saying before about the thoughts, like our brain does not know the difference between imagination. So every time we feel anger from like thinking about something, like a past experience, this is why forgiveness is so essential. We literally get a physical response to it, and that is how you ultimately get the cancer. Yeah, you're physically hurting yourself.
Fatigue, the cancer.
Every time you rehash that memory and hold
your brain doesn't know the difference. That's why you get so worked up about it.
But hold on, let me tell you another thing. Sometimes it's fun for you. Sometimes you want to feel like because
it's contrast. It's all
about
contrast.
It's about feeling. So sometimes it's a full moon, and I always thought I was so great and I could handle anything. But let me just tell you something. Before your cycle happens, it doesn't matter how strong you are, what exercise, all of a sudden, boom, and the head goes 360. And so what do? You don't be an asshole. You just say,
don't hurt others.
Okay, you don't take everybody out when you're feeling bad. That's one important thing. You lower your vibration. You got to acknowledge every time you're in a bad mood or you're depressed or you might have a chemical imbalance, but you have to take responsibility of that. You have to think, what am I doing wrong here? And then just think, all right, I didn't eat. Like I'll say to the kids, if you haven't eaten, just say, walk in the house, say, okay, I didn't eat, everybody, don't talk to me. Don't get nasty and then try to use up 5 years ago what you did to me and turn into an asshole. Use your words. People a lot of times, because I'm such a healer and when I back off from them, because I'm busy, you guys, it's not because I don't love you, I'm very, very busy. So sometimes when I'm away from a relationship, family relationship or a friend from far, I can connect to you anytime and I will send you love. It doesn't mean that I've forgotten you. You can connect to anybody. Your thoughts create your future. Anytime you want to connect to a loved one, even the other side, if I truly believe it, just smell them, feel them, and think you have a responsibility on this earth to become what you came down here for. Don't use the excuses of abuse or poverty or abandonment. Because what's going to happen is you're just going to repeat it. You're going to then marry a man that's going to abandon you. And then you're going to marry, your kids are going to abandon you. Because you're going to make every situation, you only know how to react to it, so you're going to make it happen. I have seen people that think they're going to be sick and they become sick. You have to, your thoughts create your future. All right, anything more important?
Sorry,
I'm sure we inundated you with too much thing.
I just had a funny
See my movie ones. What?
How to not be an asshole, even when you try not to be.
How not to be an asshole.
But that's
when
pretty
you
much
try.
what
That's
you
what
said.
we're talking about.
I mean, you have to
be realized.
honest
you know
with
when you
yourself.
are, and don't blame other people when you're doing it, because you know when you're doing it. Just keep yourself healthy. Keep yourself with enough sleep. Don't use the excuse, oh, I have 4 kids, or I'm running a full time. Look, I have to shut down. I have to go take a night and shut it down, and then you're responsible, and then you can wake back up. Sometimes we do run full speed ahead, and I'm sorry, I can't change all that, but your health is the most important thing. Your state of mind is the most important thing. You have to make yourself number one. You have to, because the rest just will ripple off that. What other? Yeah, don't be an asshole.
There's a couple ones. I mean,
I think we might have to do another video though.
What's the most important thing you guys want to hear?
I think there's a lot about career, how to be successful in your career.
Women especially have to use their words and set boundaries. You can't sit 5 years, one of you I was talking to, and say how great you are. I've made that mistake too, and I'd wait to be recognized.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
It's never going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's only going to destroy how many years of your life. If you know you're good and you're not being rewarded for that, you have to remove yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Any relationship, marriage, if you don't feel fulfilled and appreciated, it's not even money.
Wait for it
Move
to
on.
change.
We waste way too much of our life waiting, getting fat on top of it, then hormonal because of it, and then miserable, and then the illnesses. don't feel guilty. You can't feel guilty. You have to be happy. We always feel guilty when we
because you can't control someone else's emotions. Like you just
or
have
actions.
To be,
actions.
Just be accountable for how you feel and move on.
If you're in a job and they're not appreciating you and you document, don't go crazy. No, I've done this and that. Just list it, document, give them a couple times, only a couple. Say, look, I've done this, this, and this.
Only a couple guys.
A couple. And if not, then just say, I'm sorry, I really like this job, but if I don't see myself doing this, then I'll have to leave it. Don't leave until you have a new job. Always. Always. I've been a recruiter for years. You prefer people that are in a job before you put them somewhere else. Okay, what else?
Maybe we do one more and wrap it up, and then do a separate video.
You guys having fun?
Probably not.
This one to remind ourselves you only die once, but you live every day. So, and there.
But see, I disagree with that because I think we live 88,000 lives. Our energy moves on and it just becomes with another vessel. But
our physical body.
This body. But do appreciate your life. Even if you're sick right now, you're alive. Even if you're heavy and you can't move, you still can watch us right now. If you start just feeling a little bit of abundance every day, say, thank you, God. I know it wasn't exactly where I wanted to be, but I'm thankful. And then tomorrow will get a little better. And then tomorrow, it's like a garden. You will grow a beautiful garden. But keep the weeds away from your garden. Weeds are negative people or situation. Doesn't matter how beautiful your garden is, weeds will destroy it. One weed. Remove yourself from anybody that's hurting you. Now, if it's an accident, you go and speak to them. Say, why are you doing this? You have to make people accountable for their actions. Some people have just been brought up in narcissistic, caustic behavior, and they think it's cute to banter back and forth in a nasty way. You look at them and you just say, I'm sorry. I had to learn this one. I'm sorry, what did you mean by that? Can you explain? Most of the time, they don't even know they're doing it. But it's come to me now after all these years of my life, I can't stand to be around sarcasm. Joking, but not nasty sarcasm or caustic behavior. Leave that to someone else. Okay, what else? Is that it? Anything else? One last question? Anybody?
Yeah, did anyone? Oh, thank you, Sarah Louise. Love this, thank you. Does anyone have
something that's real
important? The rest of
important?
you guys that are watching, did you want to ask any questions now before we wrap it up? We will do another video in the future with more content, I think, on career and success and what it all means.
Trina's been a recruiter her whole life.
Yeah, so we have a lot of
and then I'm like an HR.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I know. I was a director by HR. I owned my own recruiting company. I owned my own fashion show company. Do you know these guys are all little models in South Beach when they grew up? I have to brag. I have to brag. They were awesome.
I'll be someone's model now, though, if you want to.
But I mean, yeah. Other than that, this video I think is mostly about your soul purpose, how to let go, all of that. So if you guys had any questions before we stop, just message it now.
It's very important. Once you start going on this spiritual learning, it can get a little rough.
It's
hard.
Gonna be a lot of.
It's
just like cleaning out your liver. It's gonna suck.
You know how you have that bowel release and you get sick and you hit the wall with detoxing the body.
Start shaking.
Just go out and refocus.
When I have you in my wellness and we're doing all these things to you, people start shaking and throwing up, and I just look at it, that's good. You have to release and Gina, no, that's good. We have to strip you down. And so when you're going through this growth, and then you're going to get good and you're going to start, don't do this too. Spiritual people start testing and they want to know if you hear them and they think they're better. Oh, I did this. Don't do that either. When you're highly elevated, you have no reason to ask or test. And don't think that as soon as you start saying, well, it's not happening, it doesn't happen overnight. And if you're sending out a positive,
you can't question it because then you're putting out that energy that it's not going to happen.
Yeah, you never question. Those people that you're trying to get rid of are going to keep coming back.
Especially the bigger you get.
Yeah, exactly. You're just going to have to stay, I don't know, true to yourself.
The stronger you get, the more the moths come to the light. And it's going to be harder. And you have to just... It's called knowing. Surrender and release. Yeah. Just knowing. Keep yourself healthy and strong. Rise. And
understand, like, they're probably acting that way just because of their own triggers. So,
don't take it personally and, like, just know what's happening.
All right. So
Okay.
everybody come close.
Sorry, we're sideways, but
Oh, sorry.
now we'll do this one.
That's all right. See the A? That's what I do to the girls when we're in a big meeting. This is how our meetings go. We always talk and a lot of craziness, but we love you. Anything you want, anything we can help, maybe one day we can get together and I'll do an empowerment with you. There's no reason one day I can't take them to the library, but we have to be careful through meditation.
Actually, funny story before we sign off. When we were at the retreat, my partner James was meant to film it, and he fell asleep during it because he was that calm from Trina taking him.
Yeah, a bunch
to the left. He fell asleep within 2 seconds.
Yeah, some of the
This was
clients.
one job.
One job was to film what I was doing, but don't you for a moment don't think when you're sleeping that you're not hearing, because
So maybe he fully went to the library.
He did, because your body holds you back. Just imagine if you're sick and you're heavy and you not working out or you're smoking. Your soul says, God damn it, get me out of here in the night. And I do believe that I do believe you leave your body. I don't believe in dreams in general, unless it's just before you go to bed or just before you wake up. Because your soul is tired. That's why we say, keep these bodies moving and vibrant, because then your soul moves, and then and then your light gets bigger. And when you walk in a room, you'll see people are looking at you 30 feet away, because your light is just shining. You're like a shining star. So that's it, you guys. We're gonna sign off now. How do we sign off?
Press finish.
Finished.
Hi guys, thank you.
Our cameraman.